Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show. Battlegrounds improvement information drops later on today. I think a lot of people are very much looking forward to that. Mystique Model Chat gets interesting with Kabam responding with some interesting points that you might not know before. Will we see an AQ rewards buff soon? With a lot of different content being buffed in rewards, it is likely, but again, we'll look into this in a second. And arena results and predictions for Elsa Bloodstone and Titania. Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the MCN for Monday. Hope you're doing well. Hit the like button and subscribe with post notifications on, or subscribing to a channel is absolutely free. Please do that. Helps out the channel a lot. And also, if you need a podcast or something to listen to for about an hour, then please consider the Battle Realm and Beyond podcast. It's the podcast I do with myself. Well, we'll leave that in. I do with myself. There we go. There's new English for you. Yes, I do with myself and Dan of Frontline MCOC. We do ourselves together. That sounds even worse. It's a podcast. We do D23 games kind of coverage, and also I talk Ring of Power, and also we talk about Act 8.1 and Battlegrounds. So go and check out that if you need something to listen to for an hour whilst you're grinding arena or playing Marvel Contest of Champions. We kick off with Marvel Insider. I didn't actually talk about Marvel Insider since it's kind of like being changed over. I want to say it's like maybe like 19 days, the start of the month when it got changed over. But in any case, so let's have a look at what they're doing this month. And first of all, we got the Infamous bundle, where you get a load of ISO and gold crystals. This is actually pretty good. It's not amazing, but I'd say it's pretty good if you're looking to get yourself some gold crystals. It is 125,000 points of Marvel Insider. It's again a bit of an iffy one on acquisition standpoint, because you might be playing and feel like, oh well, I spent a load on this. Am I getting anything, cool with it? But you get a 3-star Iron Man Infamous. It depends where you kind of see yourself at this point of the game as to what that will benefit. But also there is another bundle with Titania in, which has got a 2-star Infamous Iron Man. Does that have a Titania in? I don't think it does. That's weird. Small energy refills. Could be one of these months where you save it for the next month. There is the Contest of Champion Crystal Bundle, Ultimate Crystal Bundle. There still, again, it might be like a month to kind of save for the next month, just in case there could be something better next month, which is actually, I think, about 2 weeks away before we get anything new. Now let's go on to the subject of Battlegrounds. As a lot of you know, Battlegrounds is a bit of an iffy kind of I'd say sensitive point at the moment. It's very much been a surprise for a lot of players as how the mode was pitched to us and baited to us as to what has actually gone in game. There's been lots of different things, like to kind of bring everything together. There's been exploits, there's been, cheating is an obvious thing that goes month in, month out, but the kind of extra unit spend in order to kind of like get decks, the extra unit spend when it comes to things with elder marks, the need for alliance-based participation, which is a bit of a weird one. I like the idea of like alliance-based participation coming in with this, but it does take away from the fact that, and I do agree from what it's being from a solo competitive mode, the biggest problem is how Kabam want to get people's interest in the game mode, and that's the thing. Not a huge amount of players were actually interested compared with the likes of, say, Act 8.1. And you have to make those decisions. And those decisions will be from an investment standpoint, how much time you put into this mode as to what you get back out from. I'm not saying like, okay, well you can do over the space of 1 day, 10 a day for the foreseeable month. That probably might not be the case, and there'll be a lot of wins to loss ratios and stuff, which could impact on what you take home. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to explore as a video topic, probably when I get back from holiday, as I'm just going to run out of time, I think, coming into the latter point of this month. But I do want to do that. I do want to explore the extent of like, okay, well, is it going to be a good sequence of grind? It's going to be bad. Will things let me down? Will my own kind of skill let me down? Will it kind of be looked at as to like, is this a waste of time? Has this been a good waste of time? Trophy tokens versus what I can purchase. Lots of different variables in that one, so excited to see that. But as well, let's get to the point. And the point is that last week, we got this kind of like idea from Kabam based on all of the different criticisms and issues Kabam had with the mode. It looks like we will be receiving some sort of information as to what's going to go on with Battlegrounds. Now, this may be today, it could be tomorrow. I would hope with the sanity of players that this is resolved today, especially because I believe they were looking to put something in today. So today being Monday and then tomorrow being Tuesday. So early next week. This is basically it, because the criticisms and the enjoyment of the factor of the game is something that, you know, Kabam need to answer against. So yeah, they were keeping a watchful eye. There's stuff that's been, like, I don't know, bounced back and forth between players. And so yeah, look out for more information, as it says, early next week. I would hope that it will be today at 10 AM PST, that they've had time to kind of look over this, crisis meetings and stuff. You kind of hope that they would have something in place, that they were going to say, this is what we're going to resolve as of today. But we'll have to see. Hopefully they do. Now let's talk about rewards and rewards buffs. Now, look, we know that season rewards, so Alliance War season rewards, have been improved. They've been definitely improved. They're not currently in game at the moment, but when the new season comes in, it will represent what will be those changes. And to kind of give you an idea, if as low down as Gold 1, you're getting yourself like an additional 6-star Nexus, and I think Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic Fragments. So helpful things to where a lot of players are when it comes to progression and other stuff. Right at the very top in Master, there's spicy things galore for players to enjoy. Fantastic. Okay, but there are some other areas of the game that need reward buffs. For me personally, it's all about incursions and AQ. And that's something that, you know, Kabam are looking to, what seems to be, do. Especially with like info, like there was a bit of information, something they posted early last month, as Kabam Jack says here. Historically, our updates to Alliance Wars and Alliance Quest rewards have been few and far between. Our idea moving forward is for all of our multiplayer modes should start to see more frequent and reliable reward update cadence. This loyalty store update is the first, so that goes back to when this post was, this is from the post of the loyalty store. Next season rank rewards update is the second, and then I can imagine that it will then follow suit. Kabam aren't forgetting these things, they will get round to them, but let's face it, when it comes to Battlegrounds not being kind of like good, it means that development time has to go back onto that. Incursions is something that they did promise, and that is again something that's coming up. I thought that was meant to be, some information was meant to come out in the last couple of weeks ago, and it did not. So I am ever hopeful that we'll see some more information about the incursions buff. But in any case, right, to the point, right? Rank rewards, and especially in AQ. Let's face it, again, compared with what we've seen, which was like, you know, fully formed, you can get after doing like AW, fully formed, Tier 3 Alpha, Tier 6 Basic. Now, I'm not saying that they should be getting, because it's regular sequences. Like, what is there, like one season for like 3 or 4 rotations of AQ? So it's a bit of a difference with that one. So if you were getting each and every week one Tier 3 Alpha and one Tier 6 Basic, yeah, I don't think Kabam will be giving out those kind of things. Again, if you look in game, which are going to like, not in game, we'll bring up what Kabam are going to do when it comes to the rewards buff. You can definitely see, which is on screen right now, that they're definitely giving out a nice chunk of those particular tiers. Well, saying that, if it's in the, comparing to the master level, which it could be like the top alliance rank, then maybe they could, and maybe they might give out one fully formed tier 3 alpha and one fully formed tier 6 basic, especially because it's like, hang on a minute, there's only 3,500 shards of tier 3 alpha and 4,500 shards of tier 6 basic. In any case, it could mean that if and when these are buffed, and as I said, Kabam are looking to buff these, we just don't know when. And I can't 100% remember when the rotation of the seasonal aspects are to Alliance Quest, but I'm sure it will be coming up very soon. And because we're in season 9.5, I would expect season 10, which, look, if this is kind of like back in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, I would say we should be due a buff to this one imminently. Especially we're talking like 6 months, half a year since the last kind of changes were announced, or it's going to be a case of like it will fall into the early part of October for the changes for this. Maybe Kabam are trying to get out of the way things like the new 8.1, Battlegrounds, and maybe Incursions announcements first before kind of committing to doing stuff with Season 10. But yeah, Season 10 needs to be around the corner, because let's face it, nowadays, if you're looking at on a rotation of rank rewards only giving out like 4,500 tier 3 alpha and 3,500 tier 3 alpha, and then the 4,500 tier 6 basic. It's pathetic versus what you get from Alliance Wars seasons, and this is why I think, you know, now I'm thinking like, wow, I might have made a good decision to do that. Wow, it really puts in the, it makes you kind of think about the effort that people put into map 8 in order to get what they get out of it. So yeah, definite buff, huge buff needed for this one, and hopefully comes out soon. Next up, and let's talk about Mystique, because Mystique we talked about 2 weeks ago, and the idea of if she was put into game, how would she function? And it was interesting back and forth in response from Kabam, and this is another thread where Kabam have responded to, and I think it's a very interesting way of kind of looking at how it's possible. And spitballing the ideas is pretty cool. I mean, Dave says here, one way of doing Mystique could be to allow the pre-fight to select different character models to satisfy small, medium, large XL requirements. I don't know whether XL is going to be possible with it, because it's like it's changing upwards. It's kind of like physiology wise. I don't know if she could just do small, medium, maybe large. It's a very difficult one as to how she's able to kind of change sizing, because it's changing sizing upwards. There's a fine line to this when it comes to like how this is done, and yeah, I do like the idea of going, okay, well, you could choose like a small champion thing, and she's able to, I don't know, suppress or kind of counter. I don't know. It needs. I think Kabam to kind of come with an idea with this. Let's have a look at some responses as well from Kabam Mike on this one, saying that I can't wonder if there's a reason why Kabam started introducing a striker feature to start seeing what happened if they swap models in mid-fight, and can see the same underlying mechanic being used for the swap bodies each time the special heavy is performed. It's not why we did it, but I think it's definitely been helping us get to a place where we can load up those extra models. So again, cool. Strikers are interesting. Don't see them much nowadays, and as I said, I thought they were meant to have some sort of like interaction with relics. I think you can assign a champion into a slot on a relic or something. I don't know. It's just a guess really from what we've heard and seen in the past, and what we did a deep dive on Friday. If you didn't see that video, make sure to go and see it. We talked about it. I'm nerding out a little on MCC history, but the first time we successfully rendered a second model for the one champion was actually Ghost Rider. This model, this motorcycle that appears in the SP3 was a pretty big technical achievement for the team at the time. Since then, mobile devices have become more powerful, and it really opened the gates for champs like Penny and Moleman. Yeah, great champions, and it's and kind of like, as well from a build and a standpoint, the way that they can like do certain things and kind of switch those models. It is fantastic what they're doing. Just a case of like, well, how do they kind of tackle more and innovate more? And that's just the thing. It's a bit of a tough one to go, right, well, it's taken a long time to innovate, and we're what, 8 years deep into this game at the moment. So oh yeah, crazy one. I think that's it from responses on the matter. I don't know whether or not it's gives us an idea that we're definitely going to get it, but I think it puts a lot of people at ease with the idea that Kabam are you know, working towards a goal of trying to get the champion in. But it's going to take time, and it's going to take effort, and it's going to take ingenuity to make this champion right for the player base. So yeah, very interesting information, very interesting in the MCC history side of things. And the final thing that we've got is arena predictions and results for Titania and for Elsa Bloodstone. Let's see how they both went. The results are as follows, with Elsa Bloodstone surprisingly went a lot lower than expected, with 37.3 mil picking up position 66. Order 66. But then we've also got like really low 5-star at 11.2 mil, and then we've got Titania at well, this is the thing, don't know if this is 100% accurate, but I'm gonna go with it. It gives you an indication at 224 mil, position 104. Now, as I said, my prediction for this was 250 mil. I think that'll probably come in place, kind of getting you within that 100. We don't have any information about what is the 100 or lower, but I'll go with it as saying 250 mil is going to be enough. And then a 5-star for Titania going 380 down to 473 position, a difference of 55 mil at 380 down to 49.5, so just below that 50 mil mark. So predictions for round 2 are as follows. Now I'm going with 6-star Titania 250 mil, 5-star Titania 52 mil, Elsa Bloodstone 6-star 38 mil, and then we got Elsa Bloodstone 5-star of 12 mil. So yeah, those have been the results and predictions. Thanks to everybody on the community page, on Discord, and on Twitter that produce some amazing information and data for us to kind of go off and give predictions for everybody kicking off their grind right now or in a moment. That's been the end of the show. Thank you very much for watching, and as well, thank you very much to everybody that supports the channel as a YouTube member and as a Patreon. You're on screen right now, as well as Twitch supporters. I'll be live later on, so get in your primes if you haven't topped up your prime. Remember, if you've got Amazon, you got Amazon Prime, then you can give a free Twitch sub. Doesn't have to be to me, but it massively helps out the channel if you could, and I'll see you later on. Or just go to the page now and give that over. That would be amazing. Thank you. And check out some other content located on screen right now. Don't know if there's going to be another video today, but if there is, I'll see you in that or the live stream. Bye bye.